Nick C. Some time ago, you posted a video of your conversation with Nora Crest. One story Nora told was about having a conversation with a friend from before Scientology who was on active duty in the U.S. Navy at the time of the conversation. She recalls him being offended by her Sea Org uniform. Have you heard similar stories from other Sea Org members? A lot, a few, none other than Nora's? Any personal experience or comments? Oh yeah, the good old Sea Org Class A uniform. I'll throw a screenshot up here of what that uniform looks like, and you can see it's sort of faux navy in appearance, and we had lanyards, which were little chains or little gold stripes or green stripes, and those would indicate officer ranks or the fact that we were on a mission or a project. And you know, we had little chevrons for our ranking as petty officers, and if you moved up to officer status, you got gold, you know, bars on your sleeves, and a whole new jacket and cap with gold lining versus silver and all this nonsense. And when we were out in public, and okay, first off, when I first got in the Sea Org in 1995, the Class A uniform was our regular uniform at management. The service organizations had just gotten new, different uniforms, and they were blue and polyester, and they'd been going through different phases of uniforms over the years. But they were not having to wear the Class A uniform, which looks like this formal Navy kind of attire. So it was really just us management people in Los Angeles who were stuck wearing these Class A uniforms all the time. And then as the years rolled forward, the service orgs got the ones that faced the public and actually dealt with them and delivered the classes and the auditing, that sort of thing. They got more normal looking outfits, and we, you know, were stuck with Class A. So when I would go out on projects or missions around the West US, that was my uniform. And sometimes it was, you know, when I would travel and stuff, sometimes I'd wear that, other times I would change into civvies. And then when you get to where you're going to, you put on your Class A uniform and you march into the org, and you know, you're Mr. Sea Org guy, and now you're gonna, you know, have your uniform, and of course all the little bars and campaign ribbons and things, so you can make it look like you're, you know, a very important person. And of course I was very aware of that. This was part of, you know, what Hubbard called ethics presence. This was part of, you know, the symbology of the uniform and the ranks and all that kind of thing were part of what Hubbard said lent us authority and therefore made people listen to us. So that was part of, you know, the whole character of the Sea Organization. And so I wore the uniform with some degree of pride when it came to Scientology. But there were plenty of times where I was confronted by people on a bus or on a plane or traveling asking, what kind of uniform is that? I don't recognize that. Sometimes service people, you know, veterans or people who were active duty military, or people who just wondered what that was all about. You know, maybe they'd been, you know, way back, or their parents had been in the military or something. So I sort of would just say honestly, well, I'm in the Sea Organization, which is a division of the Church of Scientology. And they'd go, oh, okay. And I wouldn't get too much crap about it because people, you know, I might get some funny looks, but generally speaking, people are nice, you know, when they confront you in person, and they don't have any cause to really be upset with you or something. And I didn't get a lot of upset reactions over the years when I mentioned that I worked for the Church of Scientology, but it was always I always had a little bit of attention on it, you know. I was maybe somebody's gonna, you know, say something. And sometimes people would really want to have these, like, you know, conversations about it. What are the ribbons, and why do you wear that uniform, and this, you know, that kind of thing. And I might compare it to, I had enough awareness to, you know, not come across as a total imbecile. So I'd say, you know, well, we're in the Sea Organization. Maybe it's akin to the Salvation Army. They wear uniforms sometimes, you know, stuff like that. Just try to draw some kind of normal comparison to what I was doing. But in the later years, a recruiter actually, who's out of the Sea Org now, ironically, but I heard him say one time, somebody asked him, well, what's that uniform? And he said Special Forces, Special Peacekeeping Forces, right? And I just laughed. I thought that was funny, and then I used it a couple times. And again, you know, people just wanted an answer to the question. They really didn't care what the answer was. So I didn't get, you know, grilled about my Special Forces training or something like that. You know, and I never really, after I got past the Special Peacekeeping Forces line, people didn't really have a lot else to say to me. So I never tried to get military discounts with my uniform or anything like that. I know some people did who were Sea Org members, like at restaurants or something, but otherwise the uniform wasn't, it was awkward sometimes, a little embarrassing other times, but generally speaking it was kind of a, not much of an issue in the big wide world. So that's my response to that.